to, Victor Osimhen, there's a whole lot of news around him. He has come out that he has found a home in Galatasaray. And we all know that in the summer, he's looking at moving because he said he will discuss with the president and he'll probably move in the summer to a much more bigger club. This piece of news, is it more of Osimhen having double mind or is just Osimhen not sure? Solomon.
Oh, well, I do not think it's a case of him having a double mind. Of course, it's the truth. He has found a home in Galatasaray.
Yeah, okay. It seems Solomon is gone. Yeah. Collins.
Like Solomon said, I think that's the truth. That he has found a home in Galatasaray. The way they treat him over there, they treat him like a god. Okay, they respect him. They value him. They honestly, the way Galatasaray treats him, I was like, I'm jealous. You understand? I wish I have his football abilities, the ability to. I don't even need everything. I just need that his heading ability. Yeah, I just need it. And I just need that value. That let me not go much into that, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Honestly, that's the truth. You understand? Recently they trained in front of they did a live training session in front of 40k fans. Like 40k fans bought tickets to come and watch your team train, watch their team train. And I was like, that is love, that is dedication. You understand? That is respect. You understand? His mother is late. You understand? There's the one there's a gesture they did that really touched me. You understand? They made a was it a mural or something? You understand?
Yeah,
yeah. And they showed it like, come on, this the guy is not Turkish. This is a Nigerian. You understand? This is, and they don't just like him because he's a good player. They like him for everything he is. You understand? And you can see Osimhen repaying the favor. You understand? Osimhen is flying fans is flying people from Nigeria to Turkey to watch games. This recent 3-0, this 3-0 that he won against Fenerbahce. You understand? That was a heated match, by the way. Osimhen flew in influencers, fans from Nigeria to watch the game. You understand? If he was not happy in the club, he will not do that. If he was not getting joy, he was not getting football joy from the club he was currently playing. What he consign him? You understand? But he flew them. He didn't care whatever the result was. He flew them because he loved the club. You understand? You see him bring his daughter to games. You see him do everything. That is love. And as for him going to right now, Arsenal, because better watch the last game against Fenerbahce. Arsenal should stay away from this guy. And Osimhen should stay away from Arsenal.
Why?
Arsenal acquired Gyökeres over was the last 2 summers or last summer. Acquired Gyökeres. Okay, they acquired Gyökeres. Decent guy at Sporting. Decent guy. His wife has not been staying at Sporting. Arsenal brought him to their club. Okay, first season he did well. Not what did well for that price. I know he didn't do well in first season. He didn't do well in first season.
This is his first season. This is his only season with Arsenal. I want to understand where Collins is going to with this. This is his only season with Arsenal. I'm trying to understand what's going on.
Okay. They brought him in. Okay, this is only season at Arsenal.
Yeah, his first season. This is first season.
That means he's not doing well. I thought, that means it's not even the worst. I even thought there was a.
But Collins, we can make a case.
By which metric is he not doing well?
Osimhen and Gyökeres. And no disrespect, I know Solomon is here. I don't know whether you agree with me. No. I don't know whether you agree with me. Osimhen's quality is way more better than Gyökeres. I don't know if Solomon will agree with me.
I don't think Solomon can disagree.
But that's
I don't think Solomon can disagree.
So you cannot compare the quality of Gyökeres with that of Osimhen. So because Gyökeres, according to you now, is struggling, does not mean if Osimhen comes to Arsenal, he's going to struggle.
Honestly, I think if Osimhen comes to Arsenal, he's going to struggle because Arsenal wingers. I've talked about Arsenal wingers before. I've always hit on Arsenal wingers. Arsenal winger. Sometimes I look at Gyökeres and it's not the problem. You understand? I look at Havertz and it's not the problem
it's more
either.
of the supply.
Yeah, it's more of the supply. I talked about creativity. Arsenal wingers don't have creativity. They lack creativity. Saka at some point, Saka is on Saka is to twitch, used to touch. You understand? Sometimes he can wake up and decide to be creative. Sometimes he can just wake up and decide to be passive. You understand? It's not about Osimhen will not collect the ball from the wings, cross the ball, run to the box and head it. Osimhen will not pass the ball from the wings. It's not who is he. It's just he needs the supply. He needs the support from midfield. He needs the support from the flanks. He's not going to get it from Saliba at the back. He's not going to get it from Raya. He's not going to get it from Mateta. He's going to get it from the forward line. You understand? That's why I said Osimhen should stay away from Arsenal. Arsenal should leave Osimhen alone. I don't know what Beta was doing at Galatasaray. You understand? But I just hope he wanted to enjoy a game of football. I hope that's the case. But if it's because of Osimhen, let him stay. There are players at Galatasaray he can sign. Let him leave Osimhen alone.
Now,
remember when we talked about Nwabali last week.
Yeah,
you understand? We talked about Nwabali and him staying in Africa. You understand? Because that's looking like the best option. You understand? And if we are being honest, if we are analyzing everything, you understand? Osimhen should remain at Galatasaray. Arsenal know the main people interested.
Why is Barcelona not okay? See, if you don't want him to go to Arsenal, there's a Barcelona. Osimhen is only 28. This might be his last shot at a huge contract to play in a club in Europe.
Honestly, the Osimhen I'm looking at right now, you understand, is not after glory. What is even if you want to go to a powerhouse, you should go to Madrid. He should not go to Barca because now, Barca fans have lost hope in Lewandowski, right? They have lost hope in Lewandowski. You understand? And I don't even think let's forget the possibility. It's not even possible because Barca broke. Barca cannot afford him. Barca cannot even get him.
Well,
let's be realistic here.
That's true.
You understand? Barca can. Osimhen is not Joao Pedro. Yeah, this is a low brow at my own player. Osimhen is not any other player that he can just sign. Osimhen is Osimhen. You understand? There's also possibility that he may go to Madrid. You understand? Maybe Mbappe and Vinicius cannot play in their natural position. You understand? But all these things they are good. They are looking very spicy and enticing. But at the moment, we are talking about the moment here. At this moment, it should remain at Galatasaray. You understand? Napoli, where it was coming from, they are not small. Napoli are not small. You understand? But we also how we turned out. You understand? We also turned out. The club ended up disrespecting him. You understand? Most of that was his fault. But you get the point. You have seen what it means to play for a club like Napoli, a club that usually goes to European competitions in and out. You understand? And Galatasaray to go there. If it's Champions League football he wants, he can get it. You understand? It's not like unless Barca and Madrid are going to win the UCL trophy, which is possible, but I think he should remain at Galatasaray. That's the best option for him. He's earning well, he's being treated well, he's being valued, he's being respected, and he's producing. Last season he scored 37 goals. Sorry, he had 37 goals. No competition last season. You understand? And now this season he has 13 in the he has 13 in the Turkish league. You understand? He has 7 in the Champions League. You understand? So this is a player that is due. This is a player that is respected. You understand? One would think that because it's at Galatasaray, you expect the racist comments, you expect the racist, but no, that's not the case. They love him, and he should remain there.
Okay, that's fantastic. Solomon, I mean, Collins has said a whole lot as regards, Osimhen moving to Arsenal and the rest of that. I know you don't agree with that. What do you make? He said he's found a home in Galatasaray, whereas there's an Arsenal and a Barcelona looking at him.
Yes, he has. And, Collins did touch on so many important things. For instance, the tifo that was made for him after the death of his mother. If you are looking at the human side of things, if you are going to make your decisions based on emotions, based on feelings, yes, Osimhen should remain in Galatasaray. And of course, as Collins rightly said, Galatasaray would always qualify for the UCL. That's never going to be in doubt. They would always qualify for the UCL. That's never going to be in doubt. I mean, that is the number one club competition in the world, and that is the club competition that every player wants to play for. However, neither of the teams that are bargaining for Osimhen, neither of them would also drop down to Europa. They would always qualify for the League as well. I mean, Bayern Munich. I just saw that Bayern Munich are also trying to get his signature. There's Madrid, there's Bayern, there's Arsenal. So these teams would obviously, always qualify for the UEFA Champions League as well. Now, the question is, do you want greater glory, or do you want to, remain with the club and people that have shown you so much love, right? That's why I said, if you're looking at the human side of things, remain with Galatasaray. But, and you take a leaf from the story of the greatest of all times, Cristiano Ronaldo. He looked at the human side of things, he followed his emotions, went back to Manchester United when he could have easily gone to Manchester City, and look how it turned out for him.
That's true. It turned out
I was watching Ronaldo's clips and, videos about him at Manchester United. I cannot for the life of me believe that people were saying that this guy was the problem when he was scoring goals. I have never heard something like that before. This guy came back from the loss of his son and was still your highest goal scorer. True. Second highest goal scorer in the league, by the way. True. Saved you multiple times. True. And fans were saying that he was the problem. I've never seen something like that before in my life. If Cristiano Ronaldo had gone to Man City, well, we will not be talking about the disparity in the number of Ballon d'Ors right now. You think if Man City, because it was that season or the season after that Man City won the treble, if you think Ronaldo will win the treble and he will not win the Ballon d'Or, there's no competition about that. There's no competition about that. And as I said, football is business. Yes, he loves Galatasaray. Yes, he would die for the team. I believe that he would always find a place in the team whenever he comes back. If he decides to leave Galatasaray, he is not a Steven Gerrard. He is not a John Terry. That's the truth. Even Lionel Messi at some point left Barcelona, despite all that Barca did for him, and we know how that went. This is business. This is business. If you have a team like Bayern, Barca, Madrid, Arsenal that wants your signature, they are willing to pay the amount that you want. You have, I mean, left to me, should go for it. Now let me quickly address the situation of Osimhen and the comparison with Gyökeres.
Yes, please go ahead.
Victor Gyökeres scored over 90 goals in 2 seasons, right? True. He won the award for the best striker. This is not even in a doubt. This is never in doubt. His quality is never in doubt. I will always support Victor Gyökeres. He's my guy. I will always support him. However, Collins was talking about how that he has not had a good season at Arsenal and whatnot. Let's put out the facts. Victor Gyökeres is the first player under Mikel Arteta to have scored 15 goals or more. Right now, he is Arsenal's current highest goal scorer. I don't know any other thing.
That's a terrible thing.
Wait, how is it terrible? He's our striker. He is the main striker. What exactly is he supposed to do? Is he not supposed to score? Let me finish, right? Let me finish. He is Arsenal's highest goal scorer. If he's not scoring the goals, that's a worrisome thing. He is scoring goals. Maybe not in quick succession or as regularly as we want it to be, but he's scoring goals. Another thing is, Arsenal are well on track to win 2 trophies, the Premier League and the UEFA Champions League. You can say whatever it is about their form. You can say, oh, they will bottle it. That's fine. But are they on track to win it? Yes. Why not wait? This is someone that you are saying that, oh, okay, his quality. Now, this guy will win the EPL and the UCL, something that he is obviously longing for. Osimhen will not win the UCL. Osimhen will not even be in the conversation to win the UCL. It won't happen. If he stays in Galatasaray, it won't happen. There is absolutely no way that's going to happen. Galatasaray will not even get to the semi-finals of the UCL. Galatasaray will not get to the semi-finals of the UCL. Victor Gyökeres is right on course to lead Arsenal to the promised land, to win the EPL and the UCL. Again, as I said,
I hope he
say they
doesn't.
will watch it, that's fine. But to call in question the quality of Gyökeres, to say that he has had a bad season, and as the goals coming in quick succession, no. Have the goals been regular? No. But he is Arsenal's highest goal scorer. He is the highest Arsenal's goal scorer under Mikel Arteta's era since 2020 to date.
True.
The facts are there to speak for themselves, right? So, say whatever it is that you want, but Gyökeres is a top striker, and as it is, the system that we are playing, if we had gotten a Gyökeres maybe like in 2023, 2024, when we still had a very, very, fluid football system and whatnot, where we were going up front, we had the Gabriel Jesus, and we saw how that impacted our team. He and Zinchenko, they impacted Arsenal beyond any means necessary. They did all they had to do. If we had the likes of Gyökeres at the time, if he was the player that he was at that time now, there is no gainsaying that Arsenal will not have won the EPL. But there's no way Arsenal will not have won the EPL, right? So Gyökeres is just the guy. I mean, people whatever it is that you want, but to be honest, he's just the guy. And I believe that Arsenal will win the EPL and the UCL, and then we will revisit this conversation.
Okay.